Báilalo, gózalo, como lo canto y lo siento yo. Báilalo, gózalo, como lo canto y lo siento yo.
So if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about starting a business, or you're in the process of starting a business. And I want to lay out 5 skills or habits that you probably need to learn before starting a business. Now, before I tell you these 5 things, I want to emphasize that this does not mean that you need to know these, fully understand them before starting a business. It's just stuff that it's good to know, good to practice, even if you're already in a process of business, that I wish someone would have told me when I started the business. So number 1 is sales. And it's learning how to sell yourself and not just your products. So it doesn't matter what business you're in. Every day we have to be sold or sell an idea that is presented by someone or ourselves. And to put it simply, sales is just identifying someone's problem or pain point and curating a solution that actually solves it. And if you're one of those people that has the mentality that sales is sleazy and that sales is just scamming, you have to take that off right away, because sales does not have to be sleazy. You can sell just by providing a ton of value and then asking if they'd like to buy after. In fact, the law of reciprocity will help you if you focus just on solely helping people solve their problems. So skill or habit number 2 is learning how to regulate your emotions. This one is by far one of the most hardest to do, but it's also one of the most important as well, because business has highs and lows. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster that goes up and it goes down. There's going to be days where you're so excited because you just closed a big deal, you're making progress. And there's also going to be days where you even possibly think about quitting because it's so stressful, or it's so tough, or you didn't get that deal you thought you would, or you lost some money. And so that's why it's important to learn how to regulate your emotions and not be reactive in business. Being reactive in business is probably the worst thing you could do, because that's going to cause you to make irrational decisions in your business that can cost you time, money, or even your reputation. And one of the best ways to practice this is to start learning how to think more logically. Put logic in front of emotions and really think about really putting yourself outside perspective, not just in your body, in your mind. Put yourself like a third party. Pretend you're somebody else and that you're looking at yourself in this situation and maybe another party that's involved in your scenario, and you're looking at all of it from a third party view. And you're just seeing, okay, well, this person, which is going to be you, has a point. This other person also has a point. Which one is more logical? Which one makes sense? Where's the miscommunication happening? Where's the downfall happening? Where's the problem here? And now you're starting to think from a more logical brain of like, even though you feel a certain way, it's logical that you made a mistake, and so you have to own up to it. And also remember that what you feel can sometimes skew the perception of what you think is real, because perception is reality. Sometimes a very powerful feeling can make you think something else is true when it's actually not. So lesson number 3 is learning to say no. So if you've set yourself with a plan, with a game plan of the next 3, 6, 12 months, you have a business plan ready and set to attack, then you have to stick to it. In this journey of business, you will be presented with new opportunities that will derail you from your original path. And you have to learn how to say no to all of them. And if you don't, you will end up in a constant cycle of jumping from one opportunity to another opportunity, and you'll never get to the finish line of any of them. And this is something that Alex Hormozi actually put really well. When a new opportunity arises, people have what's called uninformed optimism. And that is the energy and the excitement that happens when something new is presented to you and all you can see is the future, the vision, the outcome of that opportunity. But you can't see how hard the road is to get there. But once you go through that road and you see how hard it actually is, then when someone presents you a new opportunity, that is now your new uninformed optimism. That is now your new, whoa, let me get attached to this new outcome because this one currently is too hard. And so then you jump onto another one. And it's gonna happen. You just have to realize that what that is just uninformed optimism. You don't know how hard it is. You just see the end result and you just wanna jump to get there. But it's really not that easy. And just know your opportunity already has that end result. And if you were just to stick through it, through this hard, grimy road, and see it through, you'll get there faster than trying to jump to another one where you have to start from scratch all over and then go through this whole new regime of hardships and failure and just grittiness. Skill or habit number 4 is deep focus work. Learning this skill very early on is going to help you tremendously to be 10x more productive and efficient, and even shorten the gap between starting out and actually seeing your first results. This is something that I actually learned naturally, but later found out that it was actually a skill or habit that many people actually struggle with. And deep focus work is essentially putting yourself in a distraction-free environment, meaning no phones, no technology, no moving objects, no people around you, literally nothing for you except for white walls and your computer or your phone or whatever it is you're doing for work. So it takes roughly 10 to 15 minutes for your brain superpower to kick in and provide you with the clear and efficient mental superpower that will help you learn faster and do more work efficiently. So when you get distracted by something like your phone ringing, someone talking to you, you get a phone call, you see a notification on your laptop that you weren't supposed to see, you snap out of focus, and then you have to restart that 10 to 15 minutes for you to go back into that deep cycle. And it's not that easy to do once you get distracted once, because then you're more prone to getting distracted again. One of the best ways that I personally think you can practice deep focus work is by setting a timer either on your phone or buying an external timer for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Set yourself a good amount of time that you know you might need to work out a project, and make sure that it's a little bit less than what you think you need so that you're fully focused and working on that project the entire time. And you have to challenge yourself to not leave, to not get distracted, to only work on that one project or one task you had set up from the beginning until the timer rings. And you can start with like 15 to 30 minute intervals, but the more you practice that, the better you're gonna get at just focusing on doing one thing. And then once you actually see the results and actually realize how much work you get done just by actually focusing on one thing at a time and being in a distraction-free environment, you're gonna want to do this every single day. Skill or habit number 5 is delayed gratification. And yes, this means not spending money on nice to have things and only on the needs and essentials. Listen to me, you will be tempted to spend the newfound revenue. Maybe you closed a big deal and you started making a couple of big bucks. You're gonna be tempted to start splurging on a couple of things here and there that, even though you just started the business and maybe you're 6 months in or a year in, even 2 or 3 years in, your business is not established, your business is not bringing in consistent residual revenue. You should not be spending a lot of that money on things that are just gratifying you today or this week or this year. This can drastically affect your financial capacity to ride through the bad times in your business. It could also make you more prone to making decisions, taking on new clients that provide no value in your life or your business, but now you're forced to because you need that additional income. Thus, it also makes it harder to say no to the things you shouldn't be saying yes to. I really want you to avoid losing your business or going through financial hardships because you spent the remaining $10,000 that you have in the state-of-the-art coffee machine that you didn't need and didn't help your business in any way. And so personally, for me, the best way to learn how to have delayed gratification or how to hone in on that skill is by practicing gratitude. Me personally, I grew up in a lower income neighborhood where we had nothing but necessities, food, clothes, and water. That's it. So I was always grateful for everything that we did have, and I never cared about having the latest things. Yes, did I see people get a new phone and the coolest toys when I was growing up and I was a little bit envious? Sure, but I never really needed it. So reflect on everything you have right now, whether it be your health, your family, shelter, the fact that you can have a warm meal every day right now, and ask yourself, can I live without this new thing I want? The answer will always be yes. And to share a personal story, like now that I have more money and can buy new things, I honestly get frustrated over decision making of what new stuff I want to buy. And then I have to remind myself the possession of these items will not change the quality of your life. Only your mindset can. Once I remember that, I literally delete everything in my cart and leave it as that. And I actually feel much more relieved because I didn't buy anything. So hopefully you learned some stuff from this video, and I want you to go out and practice these skills and habits. Even right now, even if you don't have a business, just start practicing some of these things because they're going to be game changing in your life. And let me know which one of those you think, you learned the most out of, or you're going to start implementing today. Just write them down in the comments below. But again, guys, if you want to see more videos about all the stuff I've been learning, growing my business from the last 8 to 10 years, make sure you subscribe because I'd love to make more videos like this. And I want to know what what you guys want to see. So subscribe, stay blessed, and chase the rest.